Absolutely. Yeah.
When did music first become a part of your life? I know you said
yeah, always. Like my mom and stepdad always had music playing in the background. You know, whether it was Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, to Bob Marley, to Michael Jackson. My first hip hop, if we want to go to hip hop, my first hip hop experiences with Run DMC though. You know, Run DMC was the one who really turned me on to really listening and paying attention to what hip hop was saying and what they were doing.
What made you start writing raps?
I started writing because my friends was writing. You know, we were started in junior high school. I had a friend of mine, his name was Mandel, right? Mandel was one of the coolest kids in my high school, and he could rap. And we would be in the lunchroom just making beats on the lunchroom table and just rapping. And then I just started getting into it. That was one of my first influences as a kid, right? To introduce myself into rap. And then moving on past that, we got into like the 8th grade and I started freestyling. And then I got into a little freestyle battle in the hallway of Madison Junior High, and I kind of like killed this one kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know, I got him real good to the point where he went home and wrote a whole rap about me and came back the next day and wanted to freestyle again. And you know, so I freestyled and I'm just coming off the head and he had a whole rap laid out for me, you know, just name calling, all types of stuff. And I was like, okay. But when he did that, it let me know that I actually had something. You know what I'm saying? To make somebody go home and write something about you and come back the next day and try to challenge you, that let me know that I had something.
You mentioned artists like KRS-One, you mentioned Run DMC, and artists like that. What was it about those artists that connected with you?
Oh, KRS-One is, first of all, KRS-One is my favorite artist of all time. KRS-One he is the teacher, right? I mean, he can do it all. There's nothing that this man can't do when it comes to this rap music, right? He is, first of all, he has a song called Love's Gonna Get You. If you ever heard Love's Gonna Get You, you cannot deny this man's talent and on the microphone at all, and the storytelling abilities that he has. That song right there in particular is one of the songs that I actually helped me guidance in my life also. Is the story behind it and how he lays it all out and goes through it. It's a wonderful thing.
Is that one of the songs that you would say made you want to start writing?
Absolutely.
Okay. You've been making music for a long time, but life has obviously taken you in a lot of different directions along the way.
Right.
What kept music alive through all those different chapters of your life?
Because it's in my blood.
It's in your blood.
It's just in my blood. It's never left me. I mean, I actually have another album that I have that has not been released with my friend Sharu. Right?
Another one?
Yeah, I shouldn't say my friend, my brother Sharu. That may be coming out real soon. And we may be working on another project here pretty soon too. Shout out to Sharu.
You mentioned you went to LCC and Davenport.
Correct.
You said you went to school for computer science.
Correct.
Your career ended up taking a whole nother turn.
So I was working at a record store. I was a manager at a record store called Jam Music here in Lansing, Michigan. It used to right on Saginaw and Waverly. Like some people don't know it.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, it's gone now. It's definitely closed down now. But I used to be a manager at that record store, and there was a young lady named Ray Loring used to come in, and me and her became really cool. And she liked who I was as a person, and she had a facility up in St. John's, a youth facility up in St. John's, and she was getting more African American kids in that facility, but she didn't have any African American employees. So she didn't have people that could really relate to these kids. So she came in one day and asked me if I would come out and just like mentor like 1 or 2 days a week, you know, come up and talk to the kids or run a couple groups or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just to have like a representation, a connection with these kids. And I went and did that for probably less than a month, and I fell in love with it to the point where I actually applied for a job out there and got hired and started working out there. Worked my way up to being a supervisor, and I'm still working with kids to this day.
Do you think that experience influenced your music and or the messages you put into it?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, a lot of your career has to do with leading the youth, guiding the youth, things like that. Do you feel a responsibility to lead by example?
Absolutely. I have to lead by example. I have a 14 and a 7-year-old, and they're watching everything that I do. So everything that I do, they're going to watch it, and they may emulate it. For them to never make it to jail or prison like their father, I got to make sure that I'm walking the right way, walking the right path, so they can walk that path too.
Have young people taught you anything that surprised you?
Oh, young people teach me stuff all the time. Is it a surprise? No, because we're forever evolving, right?
Yep.
So the things that I went through as a youth, these kids are not going through.
Yep.
For instance, one example, we didn't have cell phones when I was a kid.
Nope.
So cell phones in school wasn't even a thing.
Yeah.
If I had an issue at school, once I left school, that issue stayed at school until the next day I went back to school. These kids today, if they have an issue at school, it leaves them and follows them through social media throughout the day. So they can never really escape the problems or issues that they may have with somebody or people at the school, right? So that's a huge difference, you know, and that's one of the things that I've learned is it's a problem and it's a difference. You still have to have the respect and integrity and the love for and care for yourself and others to prosper.